Hello again. Uh, Now we've got our local host running on our computer, but we need to have some authentication. So let me show you what I mean. Here we have it running. Most of the requests, such as the GET request, we can just easily do. We get a response there, but if we do a POST request, you see here that there's a lock showed here. You need some authentication for that. So if we try this, we get an error back. This instance is not configured correctly. You'll need to set the environment variable keycloak client secret. So we could do that in a couple of ways. I think the easiest thing to do is to create a file called .env in SRC and just put the client secret here. So good question might be how you get a client secret. You need to ask me, Jos van der Velde, or somebody else who has it. Without this, you cannot run the metadata catalog. If you would create a separate metadata catalog, you probably need to get another client identifier. So anyway, you have to ask people who have access to the keycloak. So just save this. This won't work, of course. I don't want to show you what the real one is, so I prepared a file which has the real one. And let me put that in the correct place. Let me run the file again. So now I put correct environment variable there, and now we should be able to execute it. You need to be logged in, of course, so we can now just log in, take the path one, authorize. We can use Google. So this is real authorization. What's happening here, and we put it quite open so that it can be used in localhost. In the end, this is not possible, of course, but for now, because we're in a test instance, this should work. So we've logged in. We can try it out, see what kind of groups we're part of. We should have this group, edit AIoD resources, otherwise you cannot use this in your local instance. So you should ask also to get this role from an administrator. So you can ask me, for instance. Thereafter, we can try it again. And now it works. We added a data set with identifier 16. So last thing I want to mention is that right now we used authentication, our local host. In the end, we want to make use. So right now we use keycloak, for instance. In the end, we might want to use a different instance. For instance, what's used here on this test.openml.org is ETI check-in instance. So that's what you're seeing here. It's a bit more elaborate, a lot of more options here. So we made it possible to easily change between the keycloak instance you're using. Probably this is not interesting for you, but just to tell you either way, there's a config file here, and what you can see here is all of the keycloak information with identifiers and with scopes, that kind of stuff. So this concludes the authentication authorization part. Thanks for listening.